Love the enthusiasm. Okay. All right. So welcome everybody. I'm Stephanie. I'm from Harvey, and I'm going to help Phil and Diane run this Farminar tonight. We're going to teach you guys a little bit about Riehm Produce Farm, what a farm share is, who a farm share is for, all about their shares, some really good reasons about why you should join their farm share. We'll also talk a little bit about what is Harvey or who is Harvey, and just some of the tools that you can use to customize your farm share. And then for those of you who have joined us before, this past year, we have some new features built into Harvey, so we'll run you guys through those as well. If anybody has questions throughout the Farminar, there is a chat feature, so feel free to throw your question in chat, and I will try to get to it in between Phil and I running through the slides. We'll also take some time at the end to for some Q&A. So if we don't get to you in chat, we can definitely get to you at the end. So let's jump in here. Phil, you want to take it from here?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Phil Riehm, and I'm a fifth-generation produce farmer operating the farm with my parents, who are the fourth generation on the farm. We're a very diversified farm, growing over 50 different crops here on the farm, many different varieties within each crop. Let me give you just a few examples for those that are listening. So we grow carrots, and not only do we grow an orange carrot, but we also grow a yellow carrot, a purple carrot, a white carrot, and even a red carrot as well. Many different colors to help stimulate your sight. You guys, everybody kind of eats with their eyes as well. Another example is I love our heirloom tomatoes for all its colors and all its flavors. We try to grow a lot of heirloom type varieties to give you maximize your flavor on the farm. And our heirloom tomatoes, we pick those vine ripe. Anytime you pick a tomato or a pepper or any crop really closer to its peak ripeness, you're maximizing your flavor and nutrition. And that's what we really try and focus on. Also at the farm, we want to do our best to reduce the carbon footprint. We cut out all the middlemen, and we grow it and you consume it. It's that easy. I heard a statistic the other day that food from the grocery store probably travels 1,500 to 2,000 miles before you actually get it home. And we're probably about 10% of that, 15 to 20 miles, depending on where we're going and which direction we're headed. So you can save on the carbon footprint there as well. For those of you who are not familiar with the farm, or maybe it's always good for everybody to kind of hear again, I'll go ahead and read our mission statement. It's very true to what we do. Our mission statement is to grow top quality food while providing on the farm education and entertainment to enrich the experience of our customers. Our goal is to be a sustainable agricultural business with the objective of keeping the family in the farm for many generations to come.
Great. So Phil, do you want to run us through what a CSA or a farm share is for those who might not know?
Yeah. Trying to give you an example. Many folks have probably heard of the newest and latest veggie box programs, so to speak, like HelloFresh and Blue Apron and Plated and a handful of others that have come into play here in the recent years. Well, we've been doing the CSA, Community Supported Agriculture model. Mom and Dad have been since about the year 2000. So we have had a lot of experience there. So you can kind of think about that, but you just take out all the middlemen. Like I said, we grow it, you consume it. About a third of the price is what those places are. So ours is much more authentic.
Great. And then who would you say a farm share is for? Who would be a good fit for that?
I would say a good fit for that would be anyone who values your health and well-being would be a fit for the farm share. A reason that you might want to join our particular CSA would be because we do grow over 50 different crops in several different varieties. And if you heard us talking earlier, we're talking about things like cucamelons and pineapple tomatillos. Some of those unique type items that you're not going to find at a grocery store would probably very rarely find at a farmer's market yet to boot. So if you want to open up your palate a little bit and then experience some new things besides the staple sweet corn, tomato, pepper, we would be a good fit for that.
Awesome. So that seems like a good segue into talking about, the vegetable shares. Do you want to run us through what those look like for people?
Yeah, so our vegetable shears, as you can see here on the screen, run for a 20-week season, early June to on out to the middle to latter part of October. We deliver those every week in the summers. We offer 2 shares, a base share and a mini share. And the mini share we just offered starting last year became pretty popular because it's about half the amount. So we recommend a base share for 2 to 4 people and a mini share for 1 to 2 people, but it really depends on your eating habits because we have people, 1 person or 2 people get a base share, but they love the juice and can and et cetera like that. So it all depends on your eating habits.
Sure. And then you want to talk a little bit about the fall and winter shares that you guys do?
Yep. So the fall share is similar to the summer share in regards to how it all works, except we just have different vegetables at that time of the year. Mother Nature grows things like your root crops and your kale and your lettuces and your greens and some herbs do very well in the wintertime. A lot of times the starches turn to sugar. So like Brussels sprouts in the summertime are very bitter. In the summertime or in the wintertime, they're very sweet. And that is approximately twice a month. There's 8 deliveries in total during that time frame.
Great. And then you guys also do summer fruit shares. You want to talk a little bit about those?
Yep. So our summer fruit shares, if it's tree fruit, we source that from Eshelman's in Clyde, Ohio, which is only about a 20-minute drive from here. But if it's not a tree fruit, we grow it. We start out the season early with strawberries, and then we go into some other fruits. And let me just name a few here off the top of my head. We have strawberries, blueberries, rhubarb, raspberries, blackberries, peaches, plums, cherries, nectarines, apples. And then when melons are in season, because this is a short season on melons, we'll have cantaloupe and watermelon we can also offer in the fruit share as well. So lots of choices there. How that kind of works is it's based on a $4.50 range. So if you're one fruit, you might get a quart of strawberries or a pint of blueberries. If you're a 2 fruit shareholder, once we get some more selection besides strawberries, we'll give you let's just say we'll give you a blackberry and a pear or a peach, you know what I mean? So you're not getting the same 2 fruit in your share.
Side note here, Brandy says yellow watermelon. Yes, my favorite. Donut peaches. She's really excited.
Right on. Yeah, we like to do the same thing with our fruit as we do our vegetables. So we like to give our members a unique experience. So we introduced them to donut peaches a few years ago and yellow watermelon.
Phil, what is a donut peach for those who might not know?
It tastes very similar to a regular peach, except it's shaped like a donut. It has an oval shape versus a round shape.
Sounds pretty good. Okay, so you guys also do winter fruit. What can people expect in winter fruit shares?
You can expect a lot of apples in your winter fruit shares.
I mean, the obvious answer, but yeah.
Obviously, because we're here in Northwest Ohio, not much apples are picked in late fall and in storage, and we provide just an apple share in the wintertime.
Great. I assume you have a different variety, of apples.
Yeah, we have many different varieties. I think we probably had 8 or 9 different varieties we offered so far this year.
Cool. All right. And then you guys do egg shares too. You want to tell us about those?
Yes. Your eggs this year in 2019 are going to come to you by way of Brian and Stacy Anderson, who are farming in Bowling Green, Ohio, near us. I've had their eggs. I've talked to them. Their eggs are excellent. Brian and Stacy are proud parents of Audrey and Morris. They both grew up on farms, and they knew they wanted to raise their family around livestock. And they sell to the Bowling Green Farmers Market with my dad. Sorry, I'm stumbling here. They want to grow with integrity and with the focus on providing healthy local eggs. The farming practices are simple, and they only sell the best quality eggs. And for those of you that have had our egg shares in the past, we feel that this is a substantial upgrade. So if you liked them in the past, you'll even be more pleased with these. Also, they have a washer on the farm to make them even cleaner than they have been in the past. So enjoy our fresh eggs through the Andersons.
And I want to add one more thing here. If you had half dozen eggs in the past, Harvey is really unique. They have in their system that you can order bi-weekly instead of weekly. So we can get rid of the work of putting everything in a half dozen because they don't make those kind of carts. We were cutting them and everything. So if you want just a half a dozen a week, you put that you want the dozen, but then you only want it bi-weekly. So every other week you'll get a full dozen.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Dan. Okay, so let's jump into the summer beef shares. Phil, you want to talk about those a little bit?
Where's the beef? The beef is right here. We're a little biased, but our beef is full of flavor and it's tender. We raise a cow-calf operation of 19 cows currently. They're raised in a very humane manner. They have 40 acres of roaming pasture, so that's 2 acres per cow, which is a lot of room to graze on the spring, summer, and fall season. And then in the wintertime, they're up in the barnyard out of the wind and cold weather where they can have their calves and be comfortable up in the barn as well. Kind of give you an idea how the beef share works, kind of utilizing the whole animal. So it's delivered 4 times over the course of that summer season. So the first time may be something like 5 pounds of hamburger patties. Next time might be a hamburger patty and 2 steaks. The steaks could be like ribeye, T-bone, or porterhouses. And another time might be a roast and a sirloin. That's just kind of how we pair it.
Okay. You want me to jump into hamburger next here?
Yeah, so using the same animals, except when you process the animal, you always end up with more hamburger than you do the steaks and such. So we wanted to utilize the whole animal and allow you to purchase the hamburger as well. It's 3 pounds per delivery, 5 deliveries in total, which is about once a month.
Great. And then bread shares. Let's talk about those a little bit.
Yes, sir. We love to support other local businesses as well. That's why you're seeing with the eggs and the bread, and then we'll get into coffee in a little bit. We support a local bread artisan. Her name is Linda Lambert from Fremont, Ohio, which is only 10 miles or so up the road to the north. She trained at the Culinary Institute of America in New York with her husband, Tom. They moved back to Ohio in 2006, and then they're celebrating a 10-year anniversary of Bella Cuisine. They've been open 10 years now. We've tried many of her breads, and we've selected 5 of that's like the best of the best. Enjoy these flavors, folks. We are going to bring to you sourdough, rosemary brulee, oatmeal maple, cranberry walnut, and cider rye. 10 deliveries. It's every other week, isn't it? Every other week for the 20-week season, yeah.
And my husband and his brother are on delivery tonight, so she brought this morning some fresh bread to go on that delivery. And it's a nice crusty bread. It's an artisan bread. It's not like those puffy ones that have the dough enhancers and stuff in it. It's a really dense. A lot of people ask if it's organic, and it is not. She just believes in doing very good grains, and so she does like whole wheat and whole spelts and things that she puts into that. So it's really great. In fact, if you put it in a toaster, it tastes like it's fresh out of the oven. So I love to toast mine before I put it on a sandwich.
Great. Sounds great. You guys are making me hungry. All right. So last but not least, coffee shares.
Yes. Also supporting local businesses here as well. Jessica from Bailiwicks in Tiffin, Ohio, which is about 10 miles to the south of us. Freshness and quality go hand in hand here. She wants you to enjoy or travel the world cup by cup, is what Jessica says. Each variety is hand roasted in a small batch with the focus of defining characteristics of a specific growing region. I don't personally drink coffee, but many of the members, when I'm out making my deliveries, tell me how good the coffee is that we provide. And that is going to be offered 5 deliveries in total. Once a month. Just think of it as coffee of the month.
There you go. Great. And then do you want to talk a little bit about where people can pick up your shares?
Sure. So for the folks that are joining us, if you look at the map, we are directly halfway between Tiffin and Fremont. And then you can see our deliveries around from there. So we have a drop off in Tiffin. To the west, we go to Findlay. And then we have many stops up to the north, Bowling Green, Maumee, Sylvania, Perrysburg, and Toledo. Our Toledo stop is changed from this year. If you're familiar with the Toledo area, we are now doing it at Hope Lutheran Church, which is on Secor, Bancroft, and Indian intersection.
Okay. And so why should folks join a farm share?
Well, Phil talked quite a bit about, the environmental kind of things and the benefits of it not being traveled as far. Also, there's a lot of social benefits. So we have a closed Facebook group that we started. Harvey now has their own closed Facebook group, which is nice. And it gives you lots of recipes, gets to ask different questions. So Phil was talking earlier about the cucamelons. And so a person might say, well, what do I do with these cucamelons? I'm not sure. They're great as snacks. But at the end of this webinar today, you're going to get an ebook, which is compiled of several of the recipes that were on this year's Facebook group. They're very simple. I'm excited to do the one that has honey instead of sugar for the jam and chia seeds. I'm excited about that one. There's one, like we said, about the chia seed, or about the cucamelons in there. So it has different benefits socially. It's kind of like being in a community rather than being in the 4 corners of a grocery store, which feels like you're taking up your time of what you're doing. It's really nice to connect with different people.
Yeah, that's great. And then do you want to, Diane, do you want to just touch on why folks might want to join early as opposed to waiting?
Sure. My husband told me probably 15 years ago, you got to realize how much we are spending before we begin to harvest. And because we do irrigation lines and our seed, we've been flipping through catalogs like crazy. And we actually have a room now that's designated just for the seed, so it's under some temperature control and everything. But it's thousands and thousands of dollars. Some people may think we only have $1,000 in it, but I'm talking about thousands of dollars. And so we get the early discounts, which most of those had to be done in December. And so that I can get maybe 10 or 20 or 15% off of some of my things. I'm just so excited that I can get those early sales. And right now, all the bills are coming due from the early sales that we participated in. So it helps support us a little bit better. Plus, we know how much to plant and what we're doing and what our plan's going to be for the year.
Plus, some shares might sell out too, so that's always a good reason to sign up early. Yeah. All right. So I will jump in and do my part. For those who might have joined us late, I'm Stephanie. I'm from Harvey. I'm, helping Phil and Diane with this Farminar and with the Farm Share software. So I'm going to just jump in and run you guys through who Harvey is, what Harvey is, and how we can help with your Farm Share experience. So Harvey's an online platform from Small Farm Central, and it helps members customize their farm shares, among many other fun things we're going to run into here. So what does Harvey do? It allows members to customize what they want to receive in their boxes, which in return helps reduce food waste because you're getting exactly what you want. You also have the built-in ability to order delivery extras on a week-to-week basis. That's just extra things that the farm might have for sale that week that you can add on to your box. We also do weekly payment plans, which is really nice for those of you on a budget. You're also able to reschedule reschedule your box if you can't pick it up that week. You can just hop into your account and choose a different date in the future. So that's pretty handy. And then, as we talked about earlier, there's that private member Facebook group that we can help with recipes. And we also do built-in cooking suggestion engine, which we'll get to in a little while here. So how does it work exactly? So you'll sign up for a share, and then at that point, you'll be prompted to rate every single product that Riehm Farm has to offer. So they put in their inventory of everything that they would possibly have for a whole season. And then as a member, you're going to rate it on a scale of not for me, meaning you absolutely do not want to see it in your box at all, and you won't get it, all the way up to I love it. If they have it, I absolutely want to see it. So then when it's time for delivery, Harvey will build that box based on those ratings and what the farm has available that week. So you're going to get exactly what you want. You're also going to have the option that week to swap something out prior to delivery. So, even if maybe you rated lettuce a 5, you have lettuce in your box that week, but you're like, you know what, I really just have too much lettuce, but I still want to receive it later. You can just swap it out for something else available too. So, and then also, again, recipes and tips. And that's actually based on exactly what's in your box. So, no two members are going to have the same ones in there. It's going to be based specifically on what's in your box. So we'll break this down a little bit further here. How do you sign up? We'll put these links in chat here. Actually, I'll do that right now. So you would go to that profile page. You can either start at the Harvey page, or you can just go to funacres.net. It'll direct you there as well. You'll run into the sign up page. Step 2, you would choose your veggie and add-on shares. Those are the shares that Diane and Phil just ran us through here. And then you would pick your pickup location. So you would you just click on these little boxes here, these little icons, and then just select this location, and you'll be all set there. You'll then be prompted to choose either the pay in full at checkout, or you will be prompted to choose a payment plan. So if you choose the payment plan, you can do 25% of the balance just due at sign up, and then that first week of delivery, you'll get the 25% balance due and that first week delivery. And that'll just be, the rest of it will be divided out evenly among the rest of the season. So you'll have that 50% balance remaining divided out by the rest of the weeks there. And they'll just be automatically charged on your card, so you don't have to think about it the rest of the season. So after sign up, so you signed up. All right, so now you'll be prompted. This is what the preferences look like. Oh, great. Brandy signed up. Fantastic. I'm trying to read chat while I'm doing this for you guys. Okay, so you signed up. Once you're at checkout, you'll then be prompted to set your preferences. So you can kind of see this here. You're going to rate every single product that they have available. So, that could take a while depending on how many items they have, but definitely worth it. You can just click the little icons. If you don't want to see it, you choose this little sad looking guy. If you absolutely want to see it in your box, then you choose happy dude. If you're like indifferent, then, you can choose the 2, 3, and 4 here. So as we mentioned before, next step is then Harvey builds your box based on those preferences and what Riehm Farm has available that week. So the fun parts. So prior to delivery, once our algorithm builds that box for you, you're going to get an email. It's going to say it's time to customize your share. So this is kind of what the template looks like. It's going to say based on your preferences and the harvest this week, this is what's going to be in your box. Little pictures to identify it. If it looks great, you don't have to do anything at this point. You're all set. You just go pick up your box. If you're like, you know what, I just don't want leaks this week, you click the little swap items button here, and you'll be walked through how to swap your box. And then get recipes. So like we said, in your finalization email then, you will be getting a series of different recipes, cooking tips, storage tips. That's all going to be based on the items that's specifically in your box. Some other features we mentioned earlier. Once you're a member, you'll be able to have, you'll have your login information that you can use, and this is where you'll be able to get into your profile to reschedule deliveries. You can see you have numerous different tabs here. You would just go to My Deliveries, and you can see every single delivery that you're going to get for the entire season, and you can go in and reschedule them at that point if you're going to be on vacation or out of town for work. You also have the ability to switch pickup locations throughout the year. So if one week you're like, you know what, I'm working in a different part of town, I can't pick up at my regular location, as long as it's within that customization period where you're swapping items, you're able to go in and switch your pickup location just for whatever delivery you want. You're also able to change, if you need to change your card on file, you can just quickly go in and do that here. If there's an additional second person you want on your account to also receive emails and access to your account, you can add users within here as well. And of course, update your email address. And we also have a refer a friend program that's built right in here, which we'll run into here in just a second. And then help files. So we're also all about some really good customer support here. We like to help everybody out as we can. So we have some help files built in that we'll link you to in the member training series. It'll pretty much run you through everything, right? So if you forget how to use a feature within your profile, we most likely have a video on our YouTube channel that will show you how to do it. Otherwise, we have documentation in Zendesk that we can share with you as well. We also have a customer support team here too. So if you had questions, and of course you can email Phil or Diane, they'd be happy to help. Or in most cases, they'll probably just forward it to us and we'll do it for you. So we're here to help for that as well. And then a couple things that are new this year. I briefly mentioned the Refer a Friend program. This is pretty cool. So if you're a member, you have that built into your profile and you can refer friends. You'll both get $25 in member credits. And so those member credits can be used to purchase those extra items that we talked about. So if there's any items that Phil and Diane have for sale that are extra, you can use that credit for that. And there's more information within the profile on that, but just a fun way to earn a little extra money there, and an easy way for you to tell your friends and family about this as well.
And Julie, we might want to tell them, or Stephanie.
Everybody gets us confused. It's fine.
That when you get that $25, that can be used as like maybe gifts, because we have maple syrup and honey and goat milk soap, and we did nice little gift baskets that were even with the different vegetables. So if you have that talent, you can do a little gift basket up, or you can use it for yourself if you want to do like canning or whatever. We put like bulk items in there different times. We even put some steaks in there this last delivery that people could buy. So think about that, extras that, it can be vegetables, but there's a lot of extras there too.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Good point, Diane. Thanks for throwing that in there. And then I did mention this a couple times. Diane mentioned it as well too, but we've created a private Facebook group for members, which is really cool because we've got farms. We've got about 75 farms all over the US, Canada, and we do have one in Australia as well. And so you're having farm share members from basically all over the place, communicating with each other. If you can't figure out what to do with beets, just post a question on there. And within like 30 seconds, somebody's going to like give you like some awesome recipe for beets. It's pretty cool. So nice little added feature that we have there. And Diane, you guys have your own page too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you get it twice. And then also new this year, Diane, do you want to run people through what auto renew looks like for you guys?
Yeah, the auto renew is done as a courtesy to everybody. So you get to kind of like set it and forget it and continue getting your farm fresh produce from season to season without missing a delivery. You no longer have to remember when the sign up is and when season is starting. It's kind of worry free, and it ensures that your spot's going to be there before the general public gets it. And so what if you've already signed up? Like Brandy said a little bit ago, she already signed up and auto renew is coming. Well, that's no problem. We're not going to renew it twice for you. It will automatically know that. And then we talked about the half dozen eggs. That part isn't going to actually renew. And Q is going to walk me through that this week of how to do the add-ons if all of a sudden you decided you want to add something extra. But it's going to renew everything that you got last season.
Great. Cool. All right, so we said 30 minutes. It's been 29. So here we are. We did well, actually. So this is the sign-up link here. If you guys want to, I'll throw that in chat. I keep accidentally messaging Brandy privately here. I'm going to put this here for everybody. And then we're going to open it up to some questions here. So if you don't have questions, thank you for joining us. You gave us your 30 minutes, so we're going to abide by that. But if you want to hang out and ask questions, feel free. I've got a couple here on chat. Steve is asking, does Does it auto renew on the same payment plan? Like if I paid in full last year, will it renew on the same method? It will not. It actually defaults to the payment plan. I think this is just like a protection issue. So if you want to still pay in full, like I said, it'll auto renew to payment plan. Just shoot us an email at support@harvey.farm, and we can, if you want to continue to pay in full, then we can just apply the rest of the payment to your account, if that makes sense. That's a good question.
Or they can go ahead and sign up before auto renew if they want.
Yeah,
and pay
absolutely.
full.
Yeah, for sure. Good one. Yep, you can just go in and sign up right now, and then it just won't auto renew. You can pay in full. Thanks, Diane. And then Mary Jo says, what if we want to change or add to our current membership before auto renew? Diane, what would you have people, what would you prefer?
Q's been telling me that they need to just do that manually if they want to make changes, because auto renew is basically there assuming that you want exactly what you had before.
Right.
So they can go in and take it off of auto renew to buy them time, or they can do it before January 11th so it won't auto renew.
So that'll answer Steve's question. When is auto renew? January 11th. Diane, you've been sending out emails, right? To everybody.
I have.
Okay. So Steve, if you haven't received an email about that, maybe let us know. Let Diane know. Make sure she has the right email address for you.
Which Steve is this? Is this Steve Drown?
No, Steve Young. Sorry.
Okay.
Just
all right.
Blurting people's names out here. Sorry. We're all friends here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're a community, right?
That's right. We're a community. It's fine. Okay. Mary says, awesome. We are adding all kinds of yummies to our summer boxes. Fantastic. Love to hear it.
Thank you.
Cool. Anybody else have any other questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. I think there's even a raise your hand option, which is pretty cool. Anybody wants to speak to us, you can. Gail asks, if we want more bread, can we arrange with the baker directly? Will you have those on extras, Diane?
It's kind of hard because she does so many cooking classes and stuff. She needs to have a lot of advance notice. We could probably do that if we knew 2 weeks ahead of time for sure that you wanted that. But like I said, she does farmers market, she does teaching schools, and she does the bread. So she's kind of knows what staff to hire in when, and an extra loaf kind of. Yeah.
On the side, like just send us an email and
we'll figure it out.
Pay us when the delivery site, or we can just kind of do it on the side, I guess.
Okay.
We did it for a couple people this winter that asked to do that. We did a couple times.
Okay, great. And then Cindy says, I'm new to the farm share. I have the winter share now. When will I get the preferences for the summer share? Cindy, did you sign up for the summer share yet? Because when you sign up, you'll get preferences. You'll get asked to set preferences at sign up. Otherwise, you can go into your profile and you can actually change your preferences right within your profile at any time during the year. You thought you did, not sure. Okay, you probably already set your preferences, but you can go back into your profile and reset them and double check them if you want. You'll have a tab for that.
I'll raise my hand and interrupt.
Yes, Phil, go for it.
Yes. As far as people setting their preferences, we were new to Harvey last year. I'm going to be going through in the next, give me a week, and I'll go through and probably add more detail to setting your preferences. There's some crops that aren't in there that I'll add in there, and I may even make it a little bit more specific to what else. Like I may add a standard tomato and then an heirloom tomato. So just look for that the next week. I'm going to make it a little bit more advanced than it is now. So you'll probably have, instead of 30 or 40 options, you're going to probably have 50 to 60 options.
Cool. That's awesome. Okay. Any other questions, either in chat or in real life? Mary says, wow. Cindy says, thanks. Awesome. Any other questions, guys? Just a comment. Love Harvey and love Riehm. Yay. Thanks, Gail.
Thank you for all your support, everyone. You mean a tremendous amount to the farm. I wouldn't be back farming with my parents if it wasn't for our Veggie Box members, that's for sure. It's a very sustainable model for the farm. It's a way to keep it the family going for generations to come like we'd like to. Take advantage of the refer a friend for you and your friend. Help us spread the word as much as you can. We have plenty of room to grow. The more the merrier. And just love to get our hard work and passion out to everybody, as many people as we can.
And I might want to say, since we did it at the beginning, in case anybody joined us late, we do have the bonus gift for you guys joining us today. And we'll be sending that via email probably sometime this week. And it's an awesome ebook that you're going to get from our Facebook group with inspiration from the recipes.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks, guys.